Sandra? Oh, I'm sorry if I interrupted. What did you just see?
Nothing.
Well, look, I know it's late, but I want you to go downtown to the headquarters with me.
Why?
I want someone to take a statement about your knowledge of Katerine's murder.
I don't understand.
Look, there's nothing to worry about. It's nothing formal. Statements from psychics aren't admissible as evidence in a case like this.
Then what's the point? I've already told you everything I know.
Why are you so upset?
I just don't want to share this.
All right. I think it's important we have a written record of everything we've accumulated before we proceed.
Are you going to arrest the man from the bar?
No, T.J. Daniels will be brought in for questioning, but I can't arrest him based on what you've told me.
All right, just give me a second.
Were you having images just then?
Why do you ask?
Because you seemed so troubled, and you were equally troubled when you were getting the images about the nanny.
No, I wasn't seeing anything. My mind was just wandering, I guess.
Sandra, if you saw something...
Look, we better go. And when Katerine fell, the last thing she saw was the man that I described.
The man you later pointed out to me, Mr. T.J. Daniels.
That's correct.
You understand this is an informal statement, will have no bearing whatever if the state decides to prosecute Mr. Daniels.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add to this statement?
Just that... No, nothing.
Thank you. I'll have this transcribed, so if anybody else is working on the case, they'll have access to the information. Is there something you'd like to add off the record? Don't worry, he can't see you.
Cruz, what if my image was wrong?
Why should it be, Sandra? You've been on the nose about everything.
He could be innocent. What if I misinterpreted?
You knew Katerine was murdered before the call came in. You knew the receipt for the motel would be in her pocket. Why should you be wrong about the last person she saw? Come in.
Hi. I have a feeling you want to see this right away.
Oh, my God. Looks like the burden of proof is off of your shoulders, Sandra.
What happened?
This is a lab analysis of the murder weapon. There were fingerprints all over it. They belong to T.J. Daniels.
I don't understand. I still have so many doubts about that.
Well, I guess you're just worried about blaming someone for something they didn't do. I mean, that's something to be ashamed of. It's something to be admired. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Guess it's just been a long day.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask Ramon to take you home. I want to stay and question TJ.
That's fine.
Look, Sandra, I appreciate what you're going through. I'm sure it's not easy dealing with the things you see.
Some things are easier than others.
Well, I'll be going.
Guess I was wrong about you. Looks like you knew what was going on right from the start.
Well, not soon enough to stop anything.
Yeah. Well, you made a believer out of me.
I did not.
I mean, you didn't. I just said you did.
Yes, well, you're lying.
Oh, read my mind, huh?
Ooh. Why is it you're going along with this if you really don't believe it?
Because even if you don't have psychic abilities, you seem to be helping my man Cruz. As far as I'm concerned, he's lived through enough tragedy. And right now, anything that can help him get through this is fine with me.
When it comes to... You can leave a message if you'd like. if or when she comes back. I gotta be very frank with you. This has been very difficult for my family.
I see. I sense your discomfort. Is it me or the whole subject in general?
Well, obviously, I don't know you. The fact is that my daughter and my son-in-law lost a child, which is probably the hardest thing in the world to deal with. And what Cruz doesn't need right now is people encouraging him to go on a fruitless search for something he's not going to find. What he needs to do is be with his wife.
You know, you might try trusting your son-in-law's judgment a little bit. He might be actually getting something out of this.
Any father would hang on to any hope he could possibly get. Do you know what's going to happen to him? Do you know how he's going to feel when this all blows up in his face?
Look, believe me, I understand how you're having a hard time accepting any of this. I felt the same way before I started my research.
Dr. Morrissey. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Mrs. Campbell.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Capwell, please, just try not to have a closed mind.
I don't. My only concern is for Cruz. He's been through hell, and I will not stand by and see him hurt again.
Then what'd you do?
I didn't do anything, man. She collapsed in my arms. I know it's stupid, but I ran off. I ran back to the lair.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Then why were your fingerprints found on the murder weapon?
I told you she fell in my arms. Right as I caught her like this, the knife hit me in the hand. I don't know. I was trying to help her. I pulled the thing out inadvertently, saw what I had, dropped it.
You have any idea how unlikely that sounds?
Look, it's the truth, all right? I mean, if I'm going to kill somebody, the last thing I'm going to do is put my fingerprints all over the murder weapon.
Well, maybe you got scared. Maybe you heard somebody coming. It was dark. You ran. You dropped it. Who knows what happened? That makes sense.
No, that doesn't make sense, man, because I didn't kill the lady.
Then tell me what you saw.
I already told you.
You know what I get from what you told me? You went to a cemetery. You saw some woman stab herself in the back. She collapsed in your arms.
There was someone else there, all right?
Who?
I don't know. I heard muffled voices.
How many voices?
Two, I guess. I heard the lady, and then I heard like what I thought was another guy. I stepped forward to get a look, and there was nobody there.
There was nobody there, just like there was no money in the pocket. Like you said, she had a bunch of money in her wallet. Did you not tell me that?
Yeah, all right. I said that. If the money wasn't there, I didn't take it. I wanted to get the hell out of that place.
TJ, what do you take me for? I know how you make your living. You always hit on these older women. Why do you do it?
I'm not denying that, Cruz. God. Look, I tell ladies what they want to know, all right? Fine. They throw me some money. Fine. I'm not proud of it, but it helps me get by. But I'm sure as hell not going to do something that's going to land my butt behind bars.
You lied to me about knowing this woman in the first place. That could throw your butt behind bars.
I lied to you, because I know how bad it was going to look.
Bad? It looks ridiculous.
Well, listen, man.
Wake up.
God. The reason I lied was because I didn't...
Wait a second. I know the reason you lied. You lied to protect yourself, just like you're probably lying right now to protect yourself. Like you don't want to get hung with some other charge, maybe, right? Like kidnapping?
Like what? Kidnapping? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my baby, and you damn well know it.
What?
Talk to me straight up. You and Zach were in this together from the beginning, weren't you?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm talking about Zach Kilton and my baby.
Cruz, I don't know anything about Zach and your baby.
You gonna tell me you never met Zach Kilton?
No, I'm not saying that. Of course I've met him. He's been into the lair. I've talked to him. Just like any bartender talks to anybody else. No more, no less. God, man, what is this? I mean, I may be a bastard in many ways. I don't do anything about kidnapping kids.
All right. Tell me about how you met this Katerine.
I already told you.
Will you tell me again?
All right. She came into the bar. She paid for a tab with a big roll of money that wouldn't quit. I tried to get her interested in me, and she wouldn't buy it.
And you expect me to believe that that's all there was to it, TJ?
Yeah. She was nervous, I could tell.
How do you know?
Because I know women, man. She said she wanted to make a phone call, and I could tell she dreaded making that call.
Who did she call?
I don't know. She got on the phone. It appeared like whoever's on the other end cut her off. So she came back the next day and went through the same routine.
She made another phone call?
Yeah. And this time, I guess they hooked up, because she hung up and left in a hurry. I figured she was in some kind of trouble, so I followed her.
Oh, I see. So now I'm supposed to believe that you were worried about the woman's safety, is that
I'm not saying I was worried about her safety. I figured if I helped her out, she might throw me a little cash, all right? It's a technique I've used before.
Oh, that's very impressive. That's great. So you followed this woman to a cemetery.
And you know the rest of it.
I know what you told me, and I know what I've got.
Cruz, I've told you about the knife thing, all right?
I have a corpse, and I have a murder weapon with your fingerprints on it, TJ. I think you better tell me something else.